Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at this. It's the HDMI adapter for the Sega Saturn from Kaico or Kaico Labs. I'm going to go with Kaico. So yeah, this is a device that lets you plug your Sega Saturn into a modern flat screen HD TV. And yeah, it does so by taking the S-Video signal from the Sega Saturn and then upscaling it to 1080p, and then you can play it on your TV. In this video, I will be doing that and showing you how it works. But first of all, I just wanted to show you the box and just some of the features on the back of the box. There are several of these models. You can get them from all different websites and some of them are unbranded, but essentially they all do the same thing. It's just that this one came from a brand that I'm familiar with and have bought from in the past. I got my Dreamcast GDMU. It's not an official GDMU. It's like I think it's like a knockoff one, but it still works just fine. So yeah, this lets you plug your Sega Saturn into a 1080p HD display. Back of the box says some more about the features. So it supports a aspect ratio of 16:9 or 4:3, which you can switch on the fly, I believe. It supports all Sega Saturn consoles, PAL and NTSC, which is useful because my Sega Saturn, which is this one here, as you can see, is a grey Japanese Sega Saturn. So the fact that this supports NTSC Saturns is good. It's compatible with all modern TVs, and yeah, all the rest of the blah-de-blah on the back there. Right, I haven't actually opened this yet, so I don't know what's in the box. Obviously that's in the box, but I'm going to open it on camera now, if I can without my nails. So let's have a quick look what's in the box. So we get this kind of thank you note, just telling you a little bit about the thing you bought. Register it for your 12-month warranty. That's quite nice. And here is the actual device itself. So yes, that's it really. Now, I have seen videos on YouTube about these things in the past, some of which are unbranded. I think that this is pretty much the same as those other ones from places like Alibaba and different online retailers. It's basically one of those, but with a Kaico Labs logo on it. So a little bit disappointing. Also, they don't actually make any reference to the fact that it is USB powered. Correction, they actually do make reference to the fact that it's USB powered, but it's not shown in any of the images, and it's only listed in the description about half the way down, which me, being an idiot, didn't read. So be warned. I assumed that it would be just an all-in-one kind of device, but no, you will in fact need to power this with a USB plug. Anyway, that's the device. You don't get anything else in the box. There's no there's a little manual, quick start guide, but I don't think it's going to take a lot of brain power to work out how this thing works. You literally plug it into the back of the Saturn, you plug the HDMI cable into the actual device, that goes into the telly, and you also have to power it up using the USB cable. So yeah, let's switch camera views and I will show you the Saturn connected to the TV and how it displays on the TV screen, and then a little bit later on I will also capture some footage directly from the feed of the Saturn. Essentially though, I think that if you've seen any videos about these types of devices, then you know what you're getting really. So yeah, let's see what it looks like on the screen. Okay, so we've set the Sega Saturn up and I've connected it all to the TV, and now I'm going to turn the Sega Saturn on. Okay, so my battery is clearly flat, and I'm going to have to just leave that as is because I'm not changing it all again. Okay, so the game I have selected is the classic Sega Rally, which I've put into the drive, and as the Sega Saturn S is now ready to rock, that means we can start the game. There we go, Sega Rally. Just going to change the aspect ratio just to see what that's like. So yeah, you can change the aspect ratio kind of on the fly if you want to. There's a little button on the side of the device, which makes it look a little bit more like you would remember it from playing it on a CRT back in the day. But yeah, so I'm quite impressed so far with how this looks. I think what I'll do now is I will change the setting here so the device is connected directly to my capture device, so you can see what the quality is like that way. Before I do change over to capturing some footage directly from the Kaico cable though, I just wanted to show you a close-up of the screen. Now this is a 4K TV and you can see that there's quite a bit of, what do you call that, overscan on the display. Obviously, again, the image quality doesn't really hold up if you get really close to the screen. You can see here how kind of these edges on this hill kind of are really quite jaggedy, but obviously that's because of the size of the screen, I'm guessing. So if you move back, I mean, it looks great, but if you get close, it all starts to look a bit dodgy. Look at that. But then I suppose that's just the nature of older systems, really, isn't it, with the pixelation. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to show you because from this distance it looks fine, but then obviously up close it looks really quite pixelated.
Sega Rally Championship.
Right, so I got my first Sega Saturn for Christmas in 1996, and one of the first games I got for it was this, Sega Rally. I haven't played it in a long time. So I have strategically edited this footage to make it look like I'm probably better than I actually am at this game as it currently stands. I will be putting more practice in, but yeah, I think you'll agree that this looks alright. It's not perfect, it's not 4K, but you know, it's playable and it looks alright on a HD TV.
Over jump. Easy right. Long medium right. Checkpoint, maybe. Very long easy right. Long easy right. Caution, hairpin right. Checkpoint. Take left. Easy left. Easy right. Caution, hairpin right. Long medium left, checkpoint.
Okay, so this next game is the official World Cup 98 game that was released for the Saturn in Japan. Yes, we got the EA Sports rendition of World Cup 98 in the West, but in Japan there was this, which is a take on the Sega Worldwide Soccer 98 release. And there was also a version for the Nintendo 64 which was ISS 98 with a World Cup license, but I just wanted to mix up the games that I'm showing with this Kaico cable. Yeah, it looks alright and still plays really well. So
ポジションチェンジの動き。シュート。
シュートを打つことが大事なんですね。
大事ですよ。
いいですね。
大きく蹴り出してきました。 中央から仕掛けます。打った。すでに手元の時計では23分を回ったところです。
And the last game I'm going to show in this little medley of clips is Victory Boxing for the Saturn. I have fond memories of this game. I had it as a PAL game originally, but I recently rebought it for the Japanese Saturn. As you can see, the graphics aren't the best. It looks like the bastard love child of Virtua Fighter and I don't know, some other horrendous polygonal game. But yeah, it's not the best, but I have fond memories of it, so that's why I've included it. And now you will watch me get my ass handed to me by this no-name CPU boxer. So yeah, enjoy that.
Look at that killer blow! The capacity crab is on it! What a stinging right hook! Get around him! Don't hurry! What? Let's go count big! That was a great punch! 4! Come on, kid! Wake up! That was a great punch! 9! Come on, kid! Wake up! Come and get it! Oh, the big blow! What a stinging left hook! Come on, kid! Wake up! 3! That was a great punch!
Okay, some final thoughts on the Kaico HDMI adapter for the Saturn. Good points are that it works. It does what it says on the tin. You can get a fairly, I was going to say decent, you can get a passable image out of it. So you can play your Saturn on a modern display, which is, what it's intended for. But, there are some caveats with that, and they are that this thing, it's not the premium quality product that it purports to be on the website. In all of the images on the site, they don't make any reference to the fact that it needs to be powered with an external USB cable. All of the images show it just with the, just like this with one cable. So you think it's just going to be running from the output on the Saturn, which is really why I bought it. Looking at the actual text on the website, they do say that it is USB powered, but all of the images show it just without the USB powered cable. So that's, a little bit annoying. Another thing is that when you've got it connected up to the TV, if you even as much as look at this thing, then you get all kinds of display issues, like the display will flicker, the colours will go. Sometimes it completely loses the signal. It's like, just do not touch it. Do not even look at it, because if you do, then the display will be corrupted. I'll try and put some footage in here of what I'm talking about. So, yeah, and of course, the other sort of elephant in the room is that it feels extremely cheap and nasty. There's no weight to it at all. And I can't help but wonder if this is just one of those things you can get off, like I've mentioned like Alibaba before, but there's all these websites where you can get these sort of unbranded Chinese display adapters. And I'm wondering if it's just one of those that's been almost like drop shipped and had the Kaico brand stamped on it and put into this nice box, because this is a brand that I have a lot of time for. I've bought many products from their website, and to get this, I just feel it's a bit, I don't know, it doesn't really fit, it doesn't really sit well with me that it's just basically almost like a knockoff device with a decent brand stamped on it. But that's just my opinion. You will obviously need to take take this warranty and use it if you buy one of these, because I don't think this is going to last very long, just from the few minutes I've been tinkering around with it, making this video. The build quality is very, very poor, if I'm honest. But as I say, it's £25. It does what it says on the tin. Just be wary that this is essentially a very cheap product with a well-known brand label stamped on it. And if you can look past that, then yeah, by all means, go and invest in one of these. Obviously, there are more expensive versions of this type of thing available. So if you do have a little bit more money to spend, then I would strongly recommend that you pay a little bit more and get something with a bit more heft, a bit more quality, a few more features, and just an overall better product. But yeah, this is just my initial thoughts and impressions on the Kaico HDMI adapter for the Sega Saturn. Yeah, that's about it really. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.